What do you remember about your trip to Columbia last year? Not you got your favorite memory there.
Well, just watching the game, we didn't bow our necks until I got tossed, and then we bowed our necks and played. The game's going to be physical. They come right at you. If you drive, you got three guys running. As you run at them, they're running at you. Frank, the one thing I got to tell you is I watch his team. It's a great concept. They'll pressure you all over the place and deny wings. And if you drive, they all race to the lane, like everybody. Just run to the lane on a drive. So they have a combination of pack line, which is we're just going to have our heels on the three-point line, let you do what you want, and give you one tough shot. And then when you drive, you got three guys on you because everybody's in there. Well, he's done it where they'll top you, they face guard, they deny, and then if you drive from that way, we're all running in the lane. So I got to give him credit. I mean, I think it's a great concept, but I'll say this, really hard to play that way. Like, you have to play. If you don't play, you're getting beat, and they play. I mean, they take on Frank's personality. They're balling.
What do you do to counter that, John?
Got to be strong with the ball. You got to play through bumps. You got to know that they're coming and find open men. I don't think they'll leave the baseline like they've been because we'll throw lobs. So I think they'll leave from everywhere else and leave one guy back, which means maybe you can get to the rim, maybe you can't. We'll work on stuff today, but they also played the 2-3 zone against us. They also play a 3-2 zone. I mean, they really explore the lane on offense every time down. They always have someone in that lane area trying. If you switch, they try to post that guy. Things that we normally do, you know, they're playing against that. So, and it's always a hard game. I can remember 2010 going down there, having our team. You know what? We got out-muscled that game. They roughed us up, and we weren't able to finish and make plays, and had a chance to try to beat them then. I mean, we had a chance last year. Man, that's the first time I watched the end of the game. You know, the good news with it is if I get thrown, I'm not doing a press conference, so I'm going to do it again.
Have you asked the president not to call your team before this one?
President
Obama.
Oh, he did? No, he can call. I'd be fine.
2010 trip.
For some reason, I don't think he was a part of that. I just don't think so.
What you think, John, initially when Aaron said after that game there was going to be a great story?
Well, he didn't say there'd be a great story. What he said is we can do what we want. We can write our own story. And I think we will. That's kind of what he said. And, you know, that game was in March. I look back on last year, and I'm amazed that we were able to pull it together. I mean, it's not a real big deal because it's here and me, but the reality of it, when I think about what went on, how in the world did we swing it that fast? Because there was another game I watched that we played bad, and it was March. Maybe it was Alabama at home. I mean, we stunk, like stunk. And then by 2 weeks later, we're playing out of our minds. I mean, that means you have a good group that was just not sure of themselves. And these kids are no different. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. These kids that are 18, 19, 20 years old, their confidence half the time is shot to shot, week to week, play to play. You know, all of a sudden they're playing good. They got great confidence. I can shoot it in the ocean. Yeah, the next game you're shooting air balls. How about that? I mean, that's how this stuff is for these kids. I mean, it's, you know, it kind of flips on you real quick, and that's you gotta keep track of that, and make sure you got a kind of handle on that a little bit too.
All that said, though, were you surprised that before they y'all played South Carolina that Aaron did say that and then backed it up?
No, I wasn't in that term. I had left the arena already, so I didn't hear what was said. But you know, again, the story should be look at where we were and look where we went to and how we finished. But that's a unique group. Now we have them back. And in last game, our freshmen went 0 for 4 when we were up 12. Okay, let's end this thing. They go 0 for 4, a freshman, from the foul line. They break down defensively twice and give them threes. And it takes Aaron and Andrew and Willie to save the day. And so that's, you know, I'm glad we've got young guys that aren't afraid, but they're not going to be great every night out. They've never been through this stuff. The other guys have, you know, and the greatest play that was made was my man shoots an air ball by about a foot and a half, and we save it. The ball goes back to him. He's smart enough to throw it quickly to Aaron, who knows he's making it. Like, his mindset is, I'm making it, and he did.
How much
How
is
is
this
this
one?
runs, Andrew was saying that he thinks just the amount of scrutiny he gets kind of helps Tyler just do his thing. Do you think that's been
Yeah,
helpful
true,
for those guys?
true. It's every team we play. I mean, they're not coming out with like, okay, we're supposed to beat this team. We're not supposed to win. We're not even supposed to be in this. Just go play. Now all of a sudden, guys that don't shoot well, shoot well. Guys that play tight, don't play tight. And so you're playing against their best. And I think with Tyler right now, it's nice to know, really for both of them, they should feel that way, that if I'm not great, I got him. And if he's not great, he got me. But the difference is what you said. When it rains in Lexington, whose fault is it? It's Andrew's fault. There was a car accident on 75. It's Andrew's fault. So that's just how it is right now, and he's accepted it. But at the end of the day, he's the same guy that led us to a championship game and gave us a chance to do something unique and special. And Tyler's playing well too. Now, he doesn't play great every night out, neither does And it's nice to have two of them, though. And it's nice to be able to put them in together.
How much has this year's team benefited, this group benefited and built on some of those hard lessons of last year? Some of
The thing that's they benefited most of is that you don't have to play well because we got enough guys. So now you can just worry about really playing hard and doing your best. There's no, like, if I don't play well, we're going to lose this game. No, unless 9 of you don't play well, then we have no chance. If 5 or 6 of you play well, we'll figure out who they are and we'll run with them. If 9 or 10 of you play well, we play y'all. So that's what, you know, these guys should be feeling. But they're got a great group of kids, great group.
John, after, in the postseason last year, James Young said that you changed after the South Carolina game, that you chilled was the word he used. Did you adapt?
I got him to unchill, is what I got it to do. So as soon as he unchilled, we got really good.
But you did seem to have a...
Well, I had less of an edge for this reason. I hadn't been able to figure out what was the issue. And when I figured out what the issue was, and what the 2 or 3 things I had to do as a coach, then I was comfortable. I'm still not sure offensively how we need to play at times with this group. We're going to try some new stuff today.
Having gone through a chunk of it now, is this league better?
Oh yeah,
than you guys?
it's number 2 RPI in the country, the 4th strongest league in the country. Every road game is hard. I mean, Mississippi State went down and beat Auburn. Auburn at home hadn't lost a game. And literally they were up 12, 13, 14 down there and the place was packed. So you're talking, you saw Vanderbilt, you're telling me they're not going to win games in this league? I mean, if that game against us didn't help them understand that we're legit, we're big, we can shoot, we can handle it with great pressure, we run our stuff, we're disciplined. I mean, shoot, they guarded us. You know, they're good. You look at Texas A&M, they're good. You look at LSU, well, LSU lost it. You can lose games and still be good, unless you're in this league. Then if you lose, you're awful, which is crazy. We got to get by that. I don't know. I mean, you have 3 teams in the Sweet 16. You have a team in the final game, 2 in the Final 4. And it's, yeah, but I don't care. I mean, I don't know what else you do, unless you have 2 of us in the final game and 1 of us win in overtime. Maybe then we'll say, maybe the league's okay.
Don't you have to win more non-conference games, the games that grab
We did.
the other teams?
Yeah, they did.
Not you guys.
We did. We all did. We're number 2 RPI. Strength. RPI is used when it's convenient. Since we're high in the RPI this year, we probably won't evaluate by RPI. There'll be other reasons, like maybe what are your bad losses, or it's like that moving target. They look, okay, Where is the SEC strong? Don't consider those areas. There's 7 others that we can consider. I'm not sure they do that, but
What are you not getting out? What are you not getting offensively that you want to get? You said you're still not where you want to be.
there are things that we have to be able to do to put people away, which is score 3 or 4 straight baskets, bam, 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 and not be concerned shooting threes unless it's inside and out. You can't rely on threes to stay in games, and we have this year. I mean, we made 11 one game. To stay in a game, can't do that. And so even if they're packing it, how do we have to play? What do we have to do? How do we do different things? I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to mess around with some stuff and tell them what I'm doing and why. Very intelligent basketball team. Like when I tell them why we're doing it and what we're doing, they'll go out and do it. And so that's the one thing we can do. And, you know, we have today and tomorrow to mess around with some stuff. But the biggest thing for us is it's just energy. Just will we battle? Will we go in and fight? When this game gets physically rough, when they're up under you on shots, when there's a rebound and everything is just a body-to-body slam, can you hold your ground? When you get it close to the basket, they're not going to surrender. They're just not going to give you a basket. They're going to fight you, just like every team we play. Can you make that 2-footer? Can you make it against another college player? He's another college player. It's not Will to Stilt. Can you make it against another college? If we can't, you know, we got to figure out some other things.
Last question, guys. Thanks.
Go
How
ahead.
far offensively is Carl from what he?
He's not. He's getting better. He's physically not as mature as some of these guys, so he can't hold his position like these other guys, like Takari can. Even like Trey should be able to. He's not quite doing it, but we haven't posted him a whole lot. But he's getting better. All I want him to be is conscious of, look, this is where we see you. Right now, here's where you are, and be real.